Hey everybody, Daryl Lucas here. Well, looks like at least here in North Carolina, it's going to be at least at least a month to 2 months before we get back to something even approaching normal. Because as you may know, the entire state of North Carolina is under a stay-at-home order through at least April 30th, and several other states are under stay-at-home orders for at least that long. Now, whether you can quibble about whether their Trump is handling of this is responsible for this whole thing mushrooming in the first place, but there's really no dispute in my mind as to why we saw stay-at-home orders mushrooming in mid-March and March. It's because we have too many people who aren't taking this seriously. Indeed, you can pinpoint the exact moment you saw these stay-at-home orders mushrooming, with a rash of people frolicking on the beaches in Florida and Mexico during spring break, and then funneling back across the country to get home. And even now, I've gotten reports both here in Charlotte and elsewhere from my friends on Facebook and Twitter of people still crowding the parks and crowding the stores. I believe it comes down to one thing. People don't think this really affects them, so they don't understand why they're being holed up. And I know most of you know this already, who follow me closely, but the whole point of social distancing is to keep people from who are particularly vulnerable to catching coronavirus from getting sick because their immune systems can't handle it. It made me wonder, how do we get people to take this seriously? Then I remembered how my Facebook newsfeed lit up with so many of my lady friends who had Me Too moments of their own. And the fact that so many people had this happen and made it real to the rest of the nation. I'm of the mind that we can do something similar to get people to take coronavirus seriously. If we post about how people close to us are vulnerable to this thing, enough people see it, then we can get to understand why it's best to just stay home. In my case, my girlfriend's mom just had cancer surgery, and her dad has diabetes. Both very high risk factors for this. What's more, her landlady has an autoimmune disorder. Those were both big reasons why she didn't feel safe flying back into Atlanta, which has become a hot zone for this thing. I had no option but to run her back home myself after he flew into Charlotte. So it's affected me personally already. So I believe that those of you who are my friends on Facebook or follow my posts, my blogging posts, if we all post about how we have somebody close to us who is vulnerable to this, and enough people do so, maybe, just maybe, we can get through to people. It's worth a try. That's all.